right, we're going to John 11, and it says, can you explain John 11, verses 51 and 52? How did the high priest prophesy that Jesus would die and nobody understand what was going on?
In verse 51 and 52, let's start in verse 49. It says, "And one of them." Well, let's start up in verse 47. It says, "Then the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered a council and said, 'What shall we do? For this man works many signs. If we let him alone like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and nation.' And one of them, Caiaphas, being high priest that year, said to them, 'You know nothing at all, nor do you consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and not that the whole nation should perish.' Now this he did not say on his own authority, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation, and not for that nation only, but also that he would gather together in one the children of God who were scattered abroad. Then from that day on, they plotted to put him to death." Obviously, you don't have a situation where this guy is prophesying in the sense of saying something that he knows to be the scriptural fulfillment of why Jesus came to the earth. Basically, what John is telling us is that God put words in this dude's mouth. Making the point that in front of this council that's gathered to try to get rid of Jesus by murder, he's putting into the mouth of these guys words that are letting them know that what's taken place is actually the sacrificial offering of the Son of God for the sins of the world. And it's an irony. That's the point of the passage. And so God can use anybody he wants. He can use them and make them say anything that he wants. And he's not confined to using godly, loving, righteous people. He uses whatever. When you see this in a number of places in the book of Luke. When God wants to get Mary and Joseph down to Bethlehem from Nazareth, he doesn't come to Joseph, with an angel or give Joseph a dream saying, "Get up and go to Nazareth or go to Bethlehem." What he does is he moves the whole world. And so he uses the ego of Caesar Augustus to make a proclamation that all the world should go to their hometowns to be registered. There's a good chance that registration had to do with the 750th year anniversary of Rome, and also an anniversary of Augustus Caesar's reign. And so Rome was specifically going to proclaim him the father of his country. And nothing but ego. And it was about nothing but Augustus. And what the passage is indicating is that God used this guy to get Mary and Joseph 70 miles south down to Bethlehem so that Jesus could be born in fulfillment of Micah 5:2. Why would he do that? And part of the reason that he would do that is because everybody would remember 750th year of Rome and Caesar Augustus being proclaimed father of his country, and everybody, honoring him at that point, which was the point, most likely the point of this whole thing. And they go, "Remember when Caesar did this whole thing that made everybody pack it up and go down to their hometowns? That's the year that Jesus was born." And so you could see that going on. And so again, God uses anybody that he wants, uses uses them in any way that he wants, uses their egos, uses their sinful attitudes to bring across his will in whatever situation. And he does it in a way where he's not just making them robots. It's actually a pretty cool thing, the way that God does this whole thing. And so that's irony in the book of John. That's what's being shown there.